I needed to walk in slow motion. What the hell? How are you injured? Maybe he was listening to the door. Or it could have just been the debris that blew the shit.
You never did get it, did you big bald fuck?
I am Victoria.
She was made to be a killer, just like you. It was gonna be perfect.
Nice neck beard.
All right. Just tell me. Did you kill her?
What do you think? Oh,
Diana.
Diana, yeah.
Is she really dead? You will never know.
Oh. I'm assuming there'll be something after the credits here, maybe. Or after that. Oh, here we go. Ooh, that's her house, I think. Whoops! No, 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 no. No, bad. Don't do that. Don't drop it.
Diana.
Damn,
Do
them
what
hips.
you have to do.
No. Are you... No! So wait, how did they fake her death then? Who did he end up shooting in the boot?
Excellent work, 47. The money's
Yay.
been wired to your account. Welcome back. And thank you.
Yay, Diana's alive. I like Diana, she's nice. You get used to that voice from the other games, or at least one of the other games, I know. I don't know if she did the voice, if that voice actress did the work for all the other ones, but I know when I hear that, I immediately think, oh yeah, Hitman. So, yeah. Anyway, it's been a while. So it's... I'm wondering how the hell, like, so how did she live? Did he just not give her a fatal wound? But he told her he did? Or... Hey, I got higher ground. Alright.
Who are you?
You really want to know? Because I can help you find them. For a price, of course.
Alright, we are done. Now, as those of you who have watched my other LPs know, this is the part where I give my little mini review of the game. I don't think it's any surprise to anyone that I am not happy with this game. It really hurts me to say this, but I don't know why. I don't have any emotional attachment to the Hitman series like I do Fallout or Thief or anything like that. I've played the first Hitman and Blood Money and this one. I think that's it. So I don't know why I'm so incredibly disappointed in this. Like, I think this probably disappoints me more than Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 sucked, but it didn't really... It disappointed me some, but not a lot. Like, I wasn't shattered. This game, it's not terrible, even though I know I said that. It's not terrible, but I think a lot of people sum it up better. It's a good game, but it's not a good Hitman game. It's like it's trying to be a stealth game, but on harder difficulties, it gives you the tools you need to play a stealth game without a shitload of frustration. And believe me, I'm all about increased difficulty, but when the difficulty is lazily added in as just spawning more guards and finding all the spots that you would normally complete a mission or go through a mission, and putting a guard there who never moves and just stares at that blank spot on the wall or that garbage can for no reason and never moves, that's total bullshit. That's lazy, lazy, lazy. And I'm really disappointed in that. I don't know. The game it's like Dishonored in a way, in that it kind of pushes you to either knock out or kill the guards because it gives you instinct, and you need instinct because of the new way the costume or the disguise thing works. And I'll cover that in a minute. So at the beginning of the game, or even in the Hitman franchise period, the ultimate goal, like if you were really into it, like you really want to do the stealth thing, you didn't knock anybody out, you didn't kill them, you were never detected. Basically, the only way they knew you were there was because your target died. And even then, if you killed them in a way to make it look like an accident, that was the ultimate. That was the absolute ultimate. No guards were killed. Nobody was knocked out. You were never detected, and you took the target out to make it look like an accident. That's like the ultimate. But in this, you really need instinct because of the way the disguise system works. So the game, not only that, the game becomes easier just as a byproduct of you taking out guards, either knocking them out or shooting them, because there's less guards, right? There's a guard pathing in this path, and you need to progress. It's much easier to knock him out and hide him than to leave him up and try to not only dodge him, but move forward and now watch the next guard's patrols. It's significantly harder. So not only does the game make it easier by just taking the guard out, it gives you instinct on top of that. And more instinct when you hide the body, which is, for 95% of the game, incredibly easy. The disguise system, I like the idea. I honestly don't remember how it worked in the other Hitman games. I like the idea that just because I'm dressed as a cop doesn't mean I can walk into a cop shop and do what I want. They're going to get suspicious if I just stand around or start fiddling with things that I'm not supposed to mess with. Things of that nature. I like that idea. But I think the implementation was very, very, very bad. First of all, non-cops should not, or non-guards of any kind, their detection or whatever should be way, 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 way lower. I do think it is lower. I do think I noticed a difference in, like, say, one of the highly trained guys recognizing you versus a cook or a waiter or whatever. But it was still too large. The range was too large. The absolute perfect example of this is when you're in the Chinatown areas and you're dressed as a cook. You've got cooks seeing you from 30 feet away with your back turned, standing in a crowd or walking through a crowd. Okay, what chef is going to care about that? I mean, are they real? Like, yes, I understand it's a game. There are limits. There's, gameplay limits. But that's one that just pushes the I forget what the term is now. But the suspension of disbelief. It just pushes suspension of disbelief too far to believe that a cook serving up a bunch of people on Japanese New Year is going to go, hey, that guy, the back of his head, I don't recognize that cook. I'm going to go stop what I'm doing and find out what's going on. It just makes no sense. So anybody other than cops should have been, basically, you had to be in their face or doing something incredibly suspicious before they would say, hey, something's weird here. That could be balanced by the fact that cops could go when I say cops, I mean guards, military guys, whatever. They're pretty much free reign to go wherever they want. So you can risk it by getting the cop uniform. But even then, it felt to me like if you were in an area where you were not forbidden from being, it was actually a huge hindrance to wear a disguise of any kind, for the most part. And that's just, I don't know, it's just bad. I think range should have factored a lot more in it. They should not be able to recognize you with your back turned. That's just ridiculous. Any suit that has a mask should be almost undetectable. Walking away, 30 feet away from a guy, walking away, there's no excuse for them to be able to identify you. It's just, again, I understand it's a gameplay mechanic, but it pushes that believability way, way, way too far. And yes, this isn't a game where I can shoot like 6 guys in the head in about 1.5 seconds. But it was unbelievable, and it made the game a chore to play. On top of that, a lot of the levels, way too many levels, are linear. Yes, you could technically go one way or another, but it's still linear. You're still trying to get to the same point for the most part. And several times, it seems like there was one obviously good way to go and one obviously bad way to go. And I don't have a problem with that on occasion, but it seemed like that was happening a lot. Part of what the Hitman thing is being able to be free to kill however you want. Do you want to just go in, shoot them, and get out? Do you want to strangle them? Do you want to do it silently? Do you want to, make it look like an accident? Do you want to poison them? Do you want to dress like a chef? Poison them, deliver the food? Do you, whatever. That's the beauty. That's like the Chinatown mission, the King of Chinatown, in my opinion, barring the ridiculous number of cops they put in, is about the ideal old Hitman game, I think. There was tons of ways to kill that guy that you could choose. You could dress up as the drug dealer and take it and poison. You could poison the drugs once you find out where they were, and just have the drug dealer deliver them and have the guy die. You could knock the drug dealer out, dress up as him, then drug the drugs and have him go up there. You could just bring him up to your room and kill him. You could go up to the room and snipe him. You could knock him into the sewer. You could poison the coffee. You could shoot the thing in the air, drop him on him. Where's Diana? Marcia Thomason. I like her voice. She's got a cool voice. But whoa, Miss Mocap acting. Mrs. Cooper. Not quite sure what that was. But yeah, I don't know, it just didn't feel like a Hitman game. When it felt like a Hitman game, it felt great. When it didn't, which is at least half the time, it felt bad. It felt tedious. It felt frustrating. And it really makes me sad, because I love the idea of Hitman. I love the whole trying to do it stealthily as possible. But half the time, you don't even have a target. It's just get through this area where we've put 40 guards. That's not Hitman. That's not what Hitman is about. And it's just really disappointing that they took it this way. And a lot of people compared it to Gears of War, I think. Maybe not Gears of War, but no, Splinter Cell. And I've only played a little bit of the first Splinter Cell, but from what I did, I agree. It's like Splinter Cell. It's not Hitman. So, in that, it really disappointed me. I think if you really want to play this, if you're a big fan of the Hitman series, I would say pick this up, and unless you are hardcore into the achievements, just play it on normal. I've watched some people play this on normal, and it looks significantly less frustrating. There's less unrealistic number of police and other guards in areas. They don't, from what I've seen, they don't tend to keep sticking police officers staring at a certain location that you want to go to for no reason whatsoever, that never move. You don't have to abuse the cheesy as hell throw an object to distract them mechanic, which I hate To be fair, I hate that in every stealth game. It's cheesy as hell, but we keep getting it in games. I don't know why. Hopefully the new Thief doesn't do it. But at any rate, yeah, I'm disappointed. The story I actually like. It's not super deep or, whatever, but the voice acting was fantastic, I thought. I really liked the different characters, even though the wife of the cowboy guy, that just seemed very bizarre because she was so timid and weak and, oh, I can't believe you shot that person. And then for that one brief little slice of time, she's like, I'll handle this. It's like, wait a minute, what? Like, what happened? It just seemed like she was a completely different character. Other than that, though, I like the characters. I really wish they would have, and maybe they will, but I really wish they would explain like how Diana didn't die. I mean, I guess again, maybe he just shot her with a non-fatal wound on purpose, and maybe he talked when he was talking on the radio. Maybe he said like "you'll die soon" or whatever. Maybe he just said that so that they would hear him. I don't know, but I like the story for the most part. I love the voice acting. The graphics were fantastic. I know you really can't tell on YouTube, even though I did brighten it up a little bit, and I think it looks a little better on YouTube now. The graphics were fantastic. The music was really good, as always. But the contracts are good. I know I didn't record any of those, but the contracts, just in a nutshell, are players going through the missions and killing certain targets certain ways. And they push it online, and you try to do the same way. But if you can actually get more points, and you earn money, and you can use the money to buy weapons and blah blah blah. It's pretty fun. What little I've played of it, it definitely puts an interesting spin on it. So I could see getting a lot of play value out of this. Again, if you put it on normal and then went and played contracts, and on top of that, going back and doing the challenges, at least on the early levels, going back and doing the challenges was really fun. I enjoyed doing it, like, making sure you get all the costumes, doing it with suits only, killing them in every way you possibly can, killing them with specific suits on or whatever. I think that was fun. So if you're okay with playing on normal, which honestly I suggest to most people, unless you were just insanely patient, I would do that. And again, I say this as someone who loves stealth games. I love Thief. I like Dishonored. But I just feel like, I mean, it's not this bad, but I feel like they took the God of War 3 engine. I mean, not God of War. Gears of War 3 engine and just ported it over and said, okay, now you need it's Gears of War, but you don't have as good weapons, and it's all stealth. But we're not going to implement many stealth mechanics. They're like, the shadows don't really seem to help. Darkness didn't seem to help. Not to mention that God of Forsaken level, everything is just bright white. You can't see your hand in front of your face, yet guards far away are spotting you and shooting you very accurately. Like, they didn't bother to program all that in, or maybe they just got lazy and said, well, on harder difficulties they can see in darkness and they can see in the mists, which again it's just lazy. You have the typical old stealth bugs that have been around forever, where, for example, I know I talked about this, where a guard will find a body, they'll go into alert and go calm down. And then a different guard will find the body and they'll go into alert. It'll just keep cycling as they keep finding the body. That's really frustrating. It would have been nice, something they would have fixed. But, yeah. And by the way, I'm just trying to drag this review out as the credits drag on. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the game a 6. I was going to give it a 5 or a 6. No higher than a 6. Honestly, when we were about halfway, I was probably going to give it a 7. but they just kept throwing those missions at you where it was linear. You have to go this way. There's guards all over the place. Disguises don't really help. It just mission after mission after mission after mission. If we would have had more missions, like, again, one of my favorite ones, frankly, were like the King of Chinatown, because that's a Hitman mission. Also, as far as stealth, I enjoyed the one where you have to sneak around the hotel where I poisoned the one woman's coffee. That, I really felt like there weren't too many guards. They were all moving around, and there weren't any arbitrary guards just standing in one location, staring at a certain spot that they know you would go through. So now you're going to have to deal with this guard who no other reason, realistically, he should be standing there. I felt like that mission, or that part of that mission, was great. The cornfields, like, could have been cool, but I really wasn't a big fan. The Saints were lame. Like, they built them up to be these total badasses, both in game and in the trailers that everybody pissed their panties about. But they were just normal people for the most part. They didn't do anything special. Like, I just felt like I was killing random guards that just happened to be women dressed in nun suits. That I felt nothing special about them. So that was disappointing too. But I don't know. Yeah, about a 6. And on my money scale, and my money scale being what I would suggest an average person pay for this, or what I would just suggest you pay for this. If you just want to play it to beat it once, $10 or $15. If you're a huge fan of the Hitman series and you're okay with playing it on medium, or you're okay with linear levels, or just taking a very long time to do the missions, restarting them often, or just waiting for the perfect path, maybe 20 or 25 tops. If you're the type of person who will play all the missions, get all the challenges, do the contracts, blah, 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 I'd say 40 to 45, maybe even 50, because this game, if you do all that, you can spend a lot of time getting all those challenges and whatnot. So if you're big into that, and you want to get not even just the achievements, but the actual challenges, then I think you can get a lot of time out of it. But if you just want to play it one time, again, 10 to 15. Just watch for a Steam sale. I'm sure it'll be coming up in Christmas. Probably won't go that low, but I don't know. I just gotta say I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. Again, I didn't hate the game. I'm giving it a 6. But yeah, it could have been so much better. Are these credits gonna end? I'm running out of things to say. I thought I had timed it just about perfect, but it looks like they're still going. So anyway, I guess while the credits were rolling, let me know in the comments what you think. If you've played the game, I'd like to hear what you think of it. Obviously, make sure to put in like what the difficulty you played it on, because if you played it on normal, I believe you will have had a different experience than me. Because again, I saw several people play it on normal, and I was kind of dumbfounded at. Well, I mean, it's on normal, but I was just like, oh my god, like the guard who's normally there isn't there, and oh my god, there's only like half the guards here. So yeah, there's definitely a significant challenge difference, especially if you want to go the sneaky route, which I did for the most part. Obviously, near the end there, I just started to get frustrated, nerd raged a bunch, and just ended up shooting everyone, which ironically ended up being the easier way to do those missions. In fact, frankly, it's probably the easier way to play the game, period. Maybe not kill everyone, but just like kind of like I did, where you would wait for the guards to split up and just kill them and get them out of the way so they can't patrol or move around. But it's a shame that that is the better way to play. Makes me want to go play the other Hitmans. I actually have all the Hitmans, but like I say, I think I've only played Hitman 1 and Blood Money. It seems like I played a different one, but maybe not. I don't know. Man, credits are getting longer and longer as time goes on. Holy hell. How many people can possibly make this game? But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the game if you've played it. Let me know if, even from watching the game, if you think you have a different opinion of it. Let me know what you thought of this LP. I have mixed feelings on this LP. I really don't like ones where I fail a lot, end up doing the same thing over and over. Not because people see my failures, but because I feel like it gets really boring for the viewer. And most people probably just don't want to see me fail a mission for an hour. But some people do. But that said, as an LPer, I'm very strongly against editing and cutting out your failures. I really hate when people do that. So I'm not going to do it on mine. Because, in my opinion, a Let's Play is like if you were sitting here with me, chilling out, watching me play the game. That's what a Let's Play means to me. And I'm just going on this side thing now, because the credits keep going and going. And I'm hoping there's something at the end, a little bit more, that explains what happened with Diana. But, that's how I view LPs. It's like you were sitting there with the caster, playing the game, experiencing with them just like they're experiencing it. That's why I don't like little snippet LPs. Well, for the most part, some of them I like. But I feel like I'm watching a highlight reel. Does that make sense? It's like if you were a football fan or a baseball fan, do you just watch ESPN to get the scores at the end, or just to watch the highlights? That's not the same as watching the game. It's not the same as watching the game. And the games, baseball in particular, can drag on and be boring at times, but at the same token, you don't want to just watch the highlights on ESPN. You want to see it live. You want to see how as it happens. You want to see all the nuances, regardless if it gets a little boring. I feel the same about LPs. Obviously, not everybody does, and that's fine and dandy. But that's why I am strongly against cutting them personally. And I also prefer blind LPs, just because I find it more interesting to see someone's initial reactions, as opposed to, oh, okay, here's where the monster jumps out of the window. Oh, there he goes, and I'm going to shoot him now. That's just, that's really boring. For the most part, some people do a really, really good job on non-blinds, but man, these credits. I don't really know what else to talk about on this game. And I still can't explain why it bugs me so much that it wasn't good. What's funny is I was watching Anthony Birch. Anthony Birch, if you watch Hey Ash, What You Playing, he's the brother. By the way, if you don't watch Hey Ash, What You Playing, you need to do it. Just Google Hey Ash, What You Playing. As in, what are you playing? Hey Ash, ASH. But anyway, they do a streaming, and he was streaming Hitman Absolution. And at the time, I was maybe a quarter through the game, maybe a little further, and like he was like non-stop complaining about it. Like he hated it. And I was like, why is he hating this game so much? I'm like, yeah, it's frustrating at parts, but it's not that terrible. And I still don't think it's terrible. I want to be clear, I don't think it's terrible. It was better than Dragon Age 2. I think I gave Dragon Age 2 a 5. If I didn't, that's what I should have given it. A 5 or a 4, maybe. But yeah, I don't think it was terrible. I do think he was like kind of running around and just shooting things and dying. Which, granted, I did at the end, but honestly, at the end, especially those last like 2 parts, I was just kind of like, meh. I want to just blow everybody away. If I die, no big deal. But yeah, not terrible. I don't even know what the worst actual game I've ever LP'd was. Probably Dragon Age 2. And there are some serious, like, rose-colored glasses with DA2. People are like, that game wasn't that bad. No, that game sucked. The game, well, I guess to be fair, it was mediocre. It wasn't good. It didn't suck. It was just tedious to play at times. Well, a lot of the times. Wow, they're playing this song again? Holy hell. I might even have to upload this video twice and cut the damn audio out. Because, you know, YouTube will be like, oh my god, there's music in this hair thing. We need to make sure they get their fair cut. And I don't know, this song here sounds like it's probably not just made for this game. Oh hell, come on. Food. Do we really need to put the food people in the credits? Really? Do we really need the Cantina team? Ugh, no, not the baby section. They're always... I hate this too. This is always lame too. Like, a lot of games now are like, oh, these are the Bioshock babies, or this is Hitman babies. Basically, all the babies that were born during the making of the game. Who really gives a shit? Let's be honest. Nobody gives a shit. You popped out a child. Congratulations. You did something that 98% of the planet can or has already done. Whoop-de-fucking-doo. I also don't like kids, so the two things combined. Wow, these credits might actually match Alice Madness Returns as the longest credits I've ever seen. I think I timed Alice's credits. It was like 25 minutes. Like, do I really need 25-minute long credits? And I never want to escape them because I feel like there might be something after the credits, and if I escape it, they're going to hose me. What the hell? The random guy in Moscow airport. I wonder what that's about. Wait a minute. Voice actors. We already did this. Wait, is it? Is it? Wait, Layla was Tracy Lords? What? Wait, like... the Tracy Lords? Holy shit, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm starting to think now that the credits are just, like, cycling. Well, no, maybe not. If it goes back to mocap actors or whatever, motion capture actor. Well, I don't understand why this person is something separate. In game. Oh, Jane Perry. Yeah, damn it, it is. You son of a bitch. But I think it hasn't been doing that long. All right, let's hit back and see what happens. Okay, that's
talks about him.
What was my total score? Oh, wow! I can't continue. That's interesting. So I guess I can't know what my score is. Interesting. Anyway, I guess that'll do it. For now, as always, thank you guys for watching. Please leave comments again. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you next time.